So, I really wanted to talk before my huge stream come, because this event better than anybody else. It's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. A lot of people, a lot of wonderful people will be there. And I hope that you promote your channel. I hope that you get in. I hope that you can compete. I hope that you get there and you get to watch and you get to hear my wonderful message. But it's so important. It's so important, this message, because it's talking about the kids. It's talking about helping kids, building communities. We need to start teaching the kids in our communities. We need to start protecting them. We see something, we say something. Let me tell you something. I worked 13 hours and I was driving home. I see this kid that looks no older than 9. He looks so young. He's running and then he stops. He starts walking. He looks so tired. But the time that he's out is so late. So I called the police. I said, Policia, I need your help. It's a kid. He's walking down the road. Don't have a parent with him. Don't have another person with him. He's all alone. Can you send out a police car? And you know what they did? They sent out a police car to go check on him, make sure that he's okay. This is something that we need. See something, say something. We need more people. We need more people, more than ever, to step up, protect the kids at all costs. Do not put them in harm's way. Protect them, because they are our future. And they're so important to us, very important to us. And one thing that I never, ever, 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 ever wish on anyone or any child is harm. It's the worst thing ever. It's the worst thing ever. Children are so precious, but we have so many vipers, so many things that can go wrong. So we must stand up and we must protect them. We must make sure that the people around them are protecting them. We must listen to them, have patience, understanding, and we must save the kids. We have weird politics. If you look at the guy who's Buddha, Buddha, Buddha guy, 13 Buddha or something. I don't know. I didn't understand the title. He's Indian. He kissed the kid on the tongue and then told the kid to suck his tongue. It was so appalling. It's all over the internet. So nasty. So appalling. He should be locked under jail for 50,000 years. He shouldn't even be alive. It wasn't a joke. It wasn't a nice image to see. They blocked the kid's face out so you can't even see him kissing him. He should be put to death. It's so horrible what he did. And I hope that no one else ever do this. No one ever do this. Save the kids. Please save the kids. We have horrible people in the world. We have all type of harmful people, harmful animals. We must keep the children safe, because if we don't, we won't have strong, brave, and reliable kids in the future. We won't have it. Every generation we have had weak and we have had strong. Even in the Bible, we spoke of Saul. Saul from God was the king of Jews, but he backed down. He backed down like a coward when he was faced with Goliath. That's why the story don't read Goliath and Saul. It reads Goliath and Dave. The reason why is because we need people with strength. People who will stand up, who will say no. Who will say no to intolerance. Say no to slavery. Say no to racism. We need it. We need it more than ever. We need more people who are focused on helping the kids, because when the kids get the help and we teach them the right way and we teach them to focus, guess what happens? We get that world. We get the world where no one wants to enslave another. We get the world where no one wants to be racist. We get it in large qualities. But when we have ruthless people teaching our kids that there should be non-binary when we all know that that's just not right. Without a woman, without a female, there is no children. It was made Adam and Eve, plain and simple. Research and science have tried their bitter best to try to make kids without using a woman. It's really sickening if you think about it. They want us to be seahorses. They want us to be seahorses. You know how seahorses can change their sex, right? They can be male or female, whatever they want. They want us to be seahorses. They no longer want us to be human. But guess what? We're human. That's how we're born. From the beginning of time, they have been mixing DNA with animal DNA to try to get something different. This is sickening. It's frightening, and it's crime against humanity. They have killed babies by the thousand. Germany had killed 5,000 babies, unborn babies, because they want to use their fetuses to cure cancer and other diseases. We live in a world where people do not care about our children. It's very sad. It's remarkable that we can hear politicians scream about money, 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 but none of them step up and scream about the children. None of them step up and say to do the right thing. We need to stop cancel culture. We need to stop this woke culture. We need to stop this feminist culture. We live in a time where Black Lives Matters made more money than anybody else, any organization. And let me tell you something. It was a gay person who created the Black Lives Matter. Guess what? No black people received any money from Black Lives Matter. It didn't even go to a black person. The money is being spent by a gay couple of Caucasian who have spent millions. 50 million they made. 50 million. And they're still making money on top of it. And they bought them a nice mansion. They have nice cars. But it didn't go to the community projects, homings. It didn't go to any black person. It didn't benefit anyone in that region. And you could say that I'm false all day long. But I allege this. Because you could say I'm false. It's not true. It's not true. But I will say this. Where are the hundreds of millions of dollars pouring in to make sure that children no longer go hungry? That children are no more sex trafficked? Where is the hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars to make sure that every child have an education, every child have food, and every child is protected? Where is the hundreds of millions of dollars there? Where is the hundreds of millions of dollars to stop school shootings? It doesn't exist. We don't have big organizations that stops it. And then I might not be the best speaker. I might not have the best words. But I will say this. I care more than one individual. I care more than a lot of people about these issues. Because I've seen what it's like for the children. And I see them growing up to be horrible people. Crime-ridden people. People who turn away from faith in God because there's so much horrible people that's around them. We need to take people out of depression. Everyone's sad, no one's happy. We need depression to go away. This new era, give you pills for depression and panic attacks. Could you imagine if Dave had a panic attack? Oh, I'm so frightened. I'm so scared. I'm panicking. Could you imagine if Moses had panic attacks or depression? They try to sell everyone on this now. They're trying to sell everybody on this. And we know people who usually are very depressed or panic attacks are usually drug addicts. And I'm just being very honest. Or the same of equal, they're alcoholics. We know that we need to change this. and we need to change it fast. And I'm sorry if I offend some of you, because I know some people are so soft. They're so sensitive. They're gonna go, "Oh, he's talking directly about me. He's talking about me." I'm not talking about you. I don't know you. But I will say this. I know wonderful people who get up every single day and they live their life the best they can, and they help and they try to bring peace and love every single day, and they don't cry about it. There's some people who's working 7 days, 6, 5, 4, 3 days, and they don't cry about it. They get up every single day and they do their job. From the nurses of the world to the doctors to the officers to the trash workers to the guy who's at the gas station pumping your gas or taking your payment for your gas, to the school teachers who are very important. It's nothing more important than a teacher, really, if you think about it. From the teachers to the cooks to the bakers, the people who've been keeping civilization alive for hundreds and hundreds of years. Always remember that Jesus Christ was a teacher. He went into the temple and he taught. That's what he did. And he did it very well. We have people that don't matter in this world. And what I mean by that is you have all these celebrities, you have all this fame, but they don't really matter because they don't make a difference. They don't make a difference. They don't make things better. They don't make things worse. They do not make a difference in the world, whether they're here or they're gone. It doesn't matter. They don't make a difference. But I'll tell you who do make the difference. The people who wake up every single day, who set forward to take care of their children, to the people who watch out for other people's kids, to the people who care and concern about what's going on. Because we have a lot of things going on that's not right. It's not right. And we need to stop it. We need to stop some people. Some things are just getting out of hand. It's getting out of hand. When you look at what's going on right now, today in the media, with that Indian guy kissing that kid tongue, and he did it in front of the world to show you the sickness and what he can get away with. I would love to have 5 minutes in a room with him. I guarantee you he wouldn't survive. I told 5 minutes I would have been put his lights out. It was so wrong and so disgusting. And the fact that it's on the internet is so disgusting. What we have nowadays is so bad. It's not good anymore. It's so bad. We have the most horrible choices for the internet. That's why I love good people. If you go and look at these people channel, Save the Kids, wonderful people who did it. You have Zach did Save the Kids. It was a beautiful, beautiful video. Go and watch Single Mom, Save the Kids. Same thing. Wonderful. Watch Jonah, Save the Kids. Wonderful video. Watch Mitch, Save the Kids. Wonderful video. And then the best out of all of them, J News TV. Go watch hers. Save the Kids. Wonderful video. This is so important to tag Save the Kids, because that's what we need on the internet. That's what we need people to draw more attention to, is to stop these pedophiles, to stop harm to children, to make it safe in schools. I remember when Christianity was in schools in the U.S., there was never a school shooting. Never, ever, ever a recording of a school shooting ever when we had Christianity in school. Look where it's at now. Look at where we at now. We have transgenders running around killing kids in schools, and no one's stepping up to prevent it. We should have PIs or security roaming the halls at all time. Armed security. Good security. We should have unarmed and armed security rolling on the hallways. We should have at least 2 roaming the hallways. One take the break, the other one stay on. Put him a nice little chair outside the classroom. Put him in a chair right outside the classroom. Let him sit down. Let me tell you what this does, right? Say you have security right outside that door. This stops students from thinking that they can fight teachers. Who haven't read the story about the teacher who got raped by a 15-year-old boy? It was horrible. If they had security sitting outside the door, it wouldn't have happened. We need security. They was talking about giving teachers guns. No, teachers don't need guns. We need security in there. Put them a nice chair, let them sit down. And let me tell you something, what happens? A lot less kids stop fighting, a lot less sex in the school, a lot less bad behaviors because we have security or PIs. Even which one you want to get in the schools, we need it desperately. That's where hundreds of millions of dollars should have went, not to LBG club, not to no other clubs, but that to protect kids. It should be all under one category. For cancer kids, kids with disability, kids with learning problems, they should all be under one category, which is save the kids. They should have one category for it. And that's where all the money should go. All the money should have went to that around the world, nationwide, not just in the US, nationwide. That's where money should go. People say donate, donate. That's what we should be donating to, not to the homeless. How can homeless be second? Our troops, you know who our troops are? Our troops are kids who grew up to become troops. But they have to grow up. It's the problem. So it should be under one act. Save the kids. Donate to it. It should be $1 billion donation. All schools should have protection. Not just in the U.S., all over the world. China, Russia, Ukraine, Canada, Mexico, Spain, India. Everywhere you go, there should be protection in the schools. Because let me say something. If you look up the school attacks in the last 10 years, it's been brutal. It's been very brutal. And some people say, well, in my country, we never have that problem. Well, in your country, you don't have this type of problem. You don't have self-entitlement. You don't have ignorancy. You don't have the biggest losers on the earth. Because let me tell you something. It takes a huge loser to kill a kid. And it takes a bigger loser to allow it to happen. We don't need politicians. We need businessmen. And that's plain and simple. We knew this from the beginning. Anytime you're in a seat, we need a businessman. We need somebody who could think smart and quick on his feet. Like never before, I'm calling out to Christians and good-hearted people to stop the disaster that we have. Because in your community, believe it or not, there's some child there that's looking for help, that's desperate for help, and they need it. And it's time for you to step up and be that person. I do the best I can, but I'm just one person. And I know there's many good-hearted people out there